affect you physiologically.
Oh, I would believe so.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you get depressed and so everything like kind of slows down when you're like that. Your metabolism gets a little sluggish. You need to sleep more. Your blood pressure often lowers because you're sad.
But do you think that's because like there's in love is one meaning, and loving is a whole nother meaning in
Exactly.
my world. You know what
Yes.
I mean? And I can feel the heartbreak when you're in love. You have that infatuation. You can't imagine my life without you. And
Right.
what will I do? So I can see it there. You know, that being
Right.
the thing. But in a loving relationship, the whole point of loving is like you give each other the room to grow, and it's unconditional, and it's the good, the bad, the ugly. It's
Yeah, but in your
you know,
life,
and-
how many people have you known that do really, like Omar? No. Oh, just keep talking for a second. I have to think.
Okay, all right. So I didn't interrupt. So I was going to let you think.
What was
and
that
I just kind of
book?
think though, like the loving piece of it is there's no guarantees. You can be all in today, and it can totally be gone tomorrow.
Right.
Because you're in 100%, and your partner might only be able to be in 50% for 6 months. But it's a choice. Like I work with couples, and I say this: it's that I choose love every day. I
Right.
choose to love Chris and to have I love myself every day.
Right.
And it's not always easy. Even to
No.
love myself, it's not always easy.
Right.
I'm not like today.
It's not.
My mantra today in the shower was, Mitzi Brown, what do you see? And I'm going, God, I see a stressed out woman that she just needs something. And then it's like the brown bear, but it was Mitzi Brown. What do you see? And I just until I got there to say, oh no, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I love me today. Yeah, maybe.
That's
So-
interesting that you did it like
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
in coaching. That's a method.
Yeah, but it was. It's just like then I
Find
know
things
I
that
can,
comfort you until you get to
yeah,
that.
Then I can love Chris,
Right.
Because I can't love him at all unless I love me. I just
Right.
that's just an impossible.
Because then you just are
oh yeah, then it's all his fault,
right.
And everything he does,
Right.
from slurping his coffee to clearing his throat, and it just becomes
eating-
becomes an issue.
Eating carrot sticks while you're watching TV.
Yes. Exactly. And that's not the carrot sticks. And them eating them, they've done it all their life. But all of a sudden,
Yes.
something with myself is not.
Although I do have that food thing, I don't like to listen to people eat.
Oh, I'll have to remember that.
It's not
Yeah.
just him. It's
No, I know it's really me. I hear.
but it's
things
really
that-
it's him amplified though.
Yeah, exactly. It amplifies it. It
Right.
has nothing to do with them. They're not chewing louder. It's just the way you're hearing it.
Are you sure?
Positive? Positive. And the other thing is like Chris will say to me, my husband will say to me all the time. He'll go, "You make me so happy," and I go, "God, don't put that pressure on me.
Oh yeah.
That's not my job. I don't want to be responsible for your happiness. I can enhance it, but don't make me be responsible, because then that stresses me out." If somebody
Right.
says, "Oh, you make me happy," I'm like, "What?
Yeah, make yourself
what
happy.
What did I do? Give me the notes so I know how to do that next time." But it is, and people think, that it's like, "Oh, I love him because he makes me happy." I'm like,
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going to happen when he doesn't want to make you happy
yeah,
anymore?
and it's not his job.
Right.
Yeah, I could not imagine being responsible for making anybody happy all the time.
No.
I can enhance it, but
We're really lucky in our relationship because we don't question each other's like he went to these races on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to go.
Yeah.
To me, standing out in the cold watching motorcycles go around a track is just not
Yeah,
my
I'm with you.
idea of
I'm
fun.
totally with you on that one.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have to go. And if I want to go do something like Saturday night, I went to that Red, White, and Brew.
Yeah,
That's no big
Yeah.
deal. I
Yeah.
just say I'm going to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you want to come? And very often I'll say,
yep. I
Do
do.
you
the same
want-
thing.
Nah.
No, that's you. And I go, okay. I love to dance, so I'm out dancing all the time. I mean, and it can be in a coffee shop to a bar to the streets. It doesn't matter. That's what I like to do. Chris knows that.
I saw you last
know?
night dancing in the street.
Yeah, that would be me.
All
Yeah.
night long.
Yeah. And I'll just say to him, he can always come.
Right.
But I love having, again, that's that loving relationship to where it's unconditional. It's total trust.
Trust.
And it is, and it's a risk. It's a risk factor because you're right. I can't control, when he goes and does his thing, I can't control any of his choices. That's all on him. I can only control my reaction.
And
to it. But
that's
yeah.
adult love.
It is.
When you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to. Not too long ago, I'm not going to say who it is because they might be listening, but they told me that their girlfriend, this is a a man, told me that their girlfriend, that they broke up. And I said, oh, why? And they said, because she went through my phone and saw a call from my old girlfriend. And I said, did you talk to your old girlfriend? And he said, no, she left me a message. I can't remember what it was about. It was something really insignificant. But that the other girlfriend broke up with him because of that. And he said, no, I don't know what I'm going to do to get her back. And I said, what was she doing going through your phone?
Right.
Do you go through her phone?
Yeah.
And he said, no. And I said, that you don't want that relationship. Let her go.
Because there's nothing to hide. It's not
right.
It's the trust thing, you know.
Right.
I mean, if somebody wants to look at my phone, have at it. I'll explain everything in it. And there's probably but it's just, yeah.
But why would you even look at?
I remember when Chris was working at, we worked for General Motors, and I remember he came home one day from work, and he goes, hey, I have to tell you something. And I goes, what's that? And he goes, there's a girl at work, and she propositioned me. And I goes, oh, all right. How'd that go? Like that. And he just looked. He goes, are you jealous? I go, no, not at all. Babe, if it's well worth it and you want to just have that affair, that's all on you and has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? I remember how freeing that was to say, to be that comfortable in our relationship, to not be going, what? What does she look like?
Right.
What color's her hair? And all those questions to measure myself up.
What's her name?
Yeah.
I'm going to go talk to
her. And I'll never forget it because he really thought, I think he was nervous to even bring it up, like I would freak out. And it was one of the most freeing things in our relationship for me. To just be like, yeah, and I just, if you choose to have an affair, that's so on you. It has nothing to do with what I did or didn't do. That's your choice, you know. But then I did also tell him that I'd Vegematic his dick, and he got rid of that. I did.
That put an end to that.
I just thought I'd throw that out there, babe. I'm feeling really good, but I could slice. Remember the Vegematic?
Right.
Yeah, we actually did have one. He did throw it away. So.
He was a little scared.
Just a little bit. And that was way before Bobbit, too, just so you know. So I was way ahead of the cry.
Did you know her?
Well, she was after. She probably
did you give her that idea?
No, I'll never forget that, what I said.
So, what is the name of that book?
By who?
It's The Prophet.
Oh, okay,
yep. And so many people back when we were getting married were using those as vows. Love is not selfish. Love is kind. Blah 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 blah.
Yep. Yeah.
And I remember this one couple that I knew used those exact words for their vows, and they were the most jealous people. Like they couldn't even look at anybody else. And they were fighting and they were saying those vows and it struck me as funny. I couldn't help it. It struck me as funny because they were fighting all the time.
Well, and there's that thing though. Again, there's that attraction of love, and I can be attracted to another man. It doesn't mean I'm in a loving relationship with them, but there's that we're human beings,
right?
You know, I know, there are some men that I go, God, he is so good looking. And that's
I find the older I get, the fewer there are.
Yeah. I think it's really our eyesight has changed with age.
The first day, speaking of putting moves on people, the first day that I really felt kind of old, I went into a McDonald's to get a cup of coffee, and an old man with suspenders about 3 inches wide said, I got that for you, honey. And I went, oh my God. I went and looked in the mirror. What do I look like, 90? The hell?
Well, maybe he was like the opposite of the cougar. He was the cougar going for the
that was scary. And I colored my hair the next day. Wow, that freaked me out. Yeah. But so anyway, I was at this wedding and they're reciting their vows and their blah, blah, blah. And it struck me as funny because they worked in a restaurant
love
with
is not
me.
Jealous.
Right. Yeah. And they worked in a restaurant with me at night. I worked in a health club during the day and then in a restaurant at night. And both of them worked there, and they were fighting. Out of 5 nights, they were fighting 4. Very rarely were they not fighting. And one of the guy would talk to one of the cocktail waitresses or something. I saw you talk. He goes, I was giving her an order, you know, stuff like that. So it struck me as funny when they're going through their vows, and I was bent down. I kind of leaned forward because I was laughing so hard, and my back was going like this because I was hysterical, and I didn't want people to hear me laughing, and so I was like holding my hands up, and the guy behind me patted me on the back, and he said, "Did you know the groom, honey? It'll be okay."
I'm thinking you were crying.
He thought I
like
was
just
crying.
getting married. Too funny.
And
funny.
my friend next to me said, "Yeah, she'll be fine," and I'm down there just laughing my butt off.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we all went out into the parking lot, that whole group of people I was with, and laughed really hard, and then went in.
Yeah, get it out of your system so you can be supported.
Yes.
So, all right, so speaking of weddings, and that, I don't want to say that, well, I'm not going to say it, but the beginnings of a loving relationship and stuff like that, because it evolves. I mean, it just does. It grows. Hopefully it grows and stuff like that.
It does or it doesn't.
I've done a lot of weddings, and there's been some horrendous weddings that, where like they just get married and just despicable behavior, and I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, we were at a wedding. This is true story. Me and Chris were at a wedding, beautiful wedding, and everything. And we were walking out. This is back when we smoked, so we're walking out to go and have a cigarette, and all of a sudden you see the groom with dad, and he's just laying into him because he just got caught with the maid of honor. And the bride is crying, and so me and Chris were going to go outside, and we hear all this, and also we just go. I go, no, I don't think this is a good time, baby. I think we'll just go to the bar.
All right,
just turn right around, just to keep it, and that, yeah, and I'll never forget it because I just sat there and I went, huh.
How stupid was that?
Yeah, but like, why?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. What? Yeah, why? Come on.
Yeah, why? Why? I mean, think of it, it's your wedding day. Why?
That's got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard, to be honest.
Yeah, he's lucky to be like alive or something.
Yeah,
I mean, and I think they
Vegematic. Now that would
for a few years.
They have blenders behind the bar.
Yeah, but they divorced a few years later. But they
lasted that long.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I'd love to have done some marriage therapy on that one to see how he got his way out of that and what it was. Was it? I think it was probably.
It was
alcohol.
an accident.
It was alcohol. I thought it was you, babe. I saw the dress.
Right.
It was long. Her hair.
It was purple.
But you know me, I was drunk. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know. Is that crazy? That was the craziest wedding I was ever at with the bride and groom. And
yeah, that's very bad.
Yeah.
That's no way to start out a marriage.
Nope, didn't last.
So if you what right now at this stage of the game with you and Chris, what would really melt your heart now that he did, a gesture from him? What would melt your heart?
Good thing. I think for him, just with everything that's gone on and with his health and all that, I would love for him to plan a day of fun.
Nice.
Just because, because it's hard for him to do a lot of stuff, and so I think he just, to where and be able to handle it all, And my fun is like 90 miles an hour from 6 a.m. till midnight. It just is, and be able to accept that. If it was a 6 a.m. and only lasted to 9, to enjoy that piece on my end, to be able to receive that and not push for more. So I think sometimes he's a little afraid, but I know that would probably just melt my heart to know. And he does a lot, like he'll push himself to do stuff, but sometimes I'm like, are you sure? Because you'll only last an hour, and then you're going to want to go, and I'm just getting, So, but yeah. I always think sometimes it's my magic dream. It's like, I think he's just tricking me. I think he's just tricking me. I think he could really walk faster than he's saying. He's going to surprise me. The other day we did dance. We haven't danced in a while.
Oh, nice.
It was cute because as the song came, he's got I do have another woman, and he has another woman in our life. It's called Alexa.
I have Alexa.
Oh, yeah. No,
I love Alexa.
He loves her too. She is the other woman, and I'm okay with it.
Right.
But anyway, so played our song from our wedding. I goes, that's our wedding song. I goes, come on, we got to dance. And he goes, I can't dance. I goes, yeah, you can just stand there. I got it. I said, just put your hand here. So it was very cool. It was very touching because he stood there, and I know it wasn't easy.
Did he ask Alexa to play the song?
Yes.
See, now that's a grand gesture right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, but then there was me, not just enjoying the song. Let's go one step further.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, but no, sometimes I have to learn to just take the grand gesture and let it just be grand because it was his and not add. That's a big lesson for me. I'm working on it. Not hard, but I'm working on it. It's like...
How long do you think it'll take before you have that one down?
I'll be dead. Pretty. And then I'm sure I'll plan my funeral so it's grand. So
Like
I think it'll
my
be
mother.
when I rise.
My mother planned
when I'm
hers.
risen, I think. But if I have anything to do with that, it'll be another grand gesture. Trust me, I got it all figured out.
I'm not surprised,
Yeah,
really.
I know. So I do. That's